So now that we've discussed the height and width of the box and how the different elements of border, padding, and margin all add to that height and width, I want to discuss how you can actually put these on certain sides. So for right now, when we do a padding, it adds to all four sides by default. But we can actually specify which side it goes to. So let's say I only want the padding on the left of the box. Instead of it just being padding, I could put padding dash left, and that will allow me to have a padding on the left, and you'll see immediately the space between the content and the border at the top disappears. It's hard to see the space on the left and the right, but that space between the top and the content does disappear. And again, if I go back to padding, it's going to add it to all four sides. And the question at that point, once I put padding left here, is how wide and tall is the box now? If you think about it, the box has reduced its width by 10 pixels because it doesn't have it on the right anymore. And the height has reduced by 20 pixels because the padding doesn't exist on the top and the bottom anymore. So when you add them to one side, you're still adding space, you're still adding width or height, depending on what side you're picking. And if you want to add it to multiple things, like maybe I want it on the left and the right, but not on the top and the bottom, I can put padding right of 10 pixels, and that will allow me to have it on the left and the right, but not the top and the bottom. And you can do this with each piece, right? So let's say I want a margin on the top, and then I want a margin on the bottom of this. And then I can add that space between the content and the next piece on the page. I can do the same thing with the border if I wanted just the border on the left of the box, and you'll see that then it just exists on the left, right, top, bottom, all those types of pieces. I'm going to go ahead and bring the border to all four sides again. What I wanted to show you is that they can exist pretty easily. Now, if I go here and I delete the word yo and I hit enter in my HTML, I can create a second div tag. And if I do this is box 2, you're going to see that that div tag does the exact same thing as the previous div tag, and it will sit right below it. So the next question is, how can you have multiple boxes? What can you do, right? And we're going to get to that in a little bit, but I wanted to show you that every div tag you have is going to have these pieces to it. So go ahead and save that pen, and we're going to go ahead and give you a challenge next.